This past weekend, we brought our series, The Bad Girls of the Bible, to a close with a wild story of Herodias. She was the granddaughter of a man in the Bible named Herod the Great, the Herod of the Christmas story. If you don't know about him, you can read his story in Matthew's biography of Jesus' life, found in chapter 2. But let me summarize it for you. There was a band of wise men who came looking for the newborn king of the Jews. These wise men were likely from Petra, which is in modern-day Jordan. There was a thriving Jewish community there, so while there's no indication that these wise men were Jewish, they were likely familiar with the Jewish prophecies about a promised Messiah and had discerned that the Messiah, the rightful king of the Jews, had come. Anyways, they went to Herod, the acting king of the Jews, to inquire as to where the newborn king would be found. They had no idea what they were unleashing. They went to Herod, the acting king of the Jews, to inquire as to where the newborn king could be found. They had no idea what they were unleashing. Herod, who was famously paranoid and an illegitimate king, proceeded to order the slaughter of every baby boy in Bethlehem in an attempt to eradicate Jesus, who was the rightful king. He failed, but you can certainly get the measure of his character from that story. Herod died not long after, and his kingdom, if you will, was passed down to his 3 sons. Herod Philip, Herod Antipas, and Herod Archelaus. Yes, he named all of his sons Herod, like George Foreman style, right? So back to Herodias. Herod had many wives, many children, and many grandchildren. Herodias was one of his granddaughters, and she turned out to be vindictive, bitter, and cruel. That was the Herod family way. So, I don't know what your family's like, but what I do know is that you have a decision to make. If you grew up with a great family, keep that legacy going. If you don't have a great family, you can break the cycle. You can choose to do things differently. Make better choices. Instill love and grace in your children. Strive for peace in your marriage. Start a new legacy. Pass something down that's better. So, I just want to encourage you to reflect on the family you grew up with, as well as the life and family that you are forging today. Where do you think you may need to do things differently than your parents did? Or where do you want to make sure that you keep your family heritage going?